Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I'm talking about WWE Fastlane 2021. Since the last time I joined you with the aftermath, the results of Elimination Chamber, it's been just a few weeks, and we're only 3 weeks away from WrestleMania. There's been some build up towards WrestleMania. There's been the build up towards Fastlane, as steps in between, and all of that. And I think tonight is going to be pretty fun. I'm recording this on the morning or earlier in the afternoon of Fastlane. Actually, my call time for the Thunderdome is in just over an hour, so this is going to be a fairly quick episode. Also, I can't really remember off the top of my head. There was one match, man. There was one match that I was definitely going to mention as my favorite of the last couple of weeks, but now I can't remember it. Honestly, I have a bit of a headache. Trying to get a little bit more sleep this afternoon because I didn't sleep at all last night. So memory's not so good right now. But we did get this most recently on Friday, um, Edge versus Jey Uso. That's totally worth checking out. What else has happened recently? I don't know why I can't remember like anything. But yeah, let's just go through the matches for tonight. Maybe that'll jog my memory a little bit. I have not watched NXT in about 3 weeks, I think. I think I'm 3 or 4 episodes behind now. Because I don't have Sling anymore. Because NXT was the only thing that I would watch on it. And unfortunately, it would seem that now that the network has moved to Peacock, there is the same 30-day delay as there is for Raw and SmackDown for NXT. That's really disappointing. So I'll just be watching the shorter version of NXT on Hulu in the near future, and from then on. But yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. Because that was usually how I would watch it, is on the network. Since it's the full version, they don't cut anything out on there. Which I assume will still be the case, but with the delay, I'll be just so far behind. But we do have the announcement that there's 2 nights of Takeover on WrestleMania week. That's going to be pretty awesome. The first night, the main event will be Io Shirai versus Raquel Gonzalez. I think they announced that either this morning or yesterday or sometime in the last few days. And then we also have Karrion Kross versus Finn Balor, as I think this was announced as being the main event of night 2, like today, maybe. The first that I saw of it was today. So that's pretty awesome. Also, we have brand new NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. The inaugural champions were the winners of the Dusty Classic, and I did not see this match. The night being crowned the inaugural champions, they defended against Shotzi, Blackheart, and Ember Moon, and Shotzi and Ember won. So they are the current NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. Um, Again, all this I have not seen yet. I've seen clips, I've seen posts, gifs, all that, but I have not seen the full episodes, the full matches. But I'm pretty excited to go and watch that match especially. Um, and there's all kinds of other stuff going on in NXT. Also, very far behind on NXT UK. I saw the ending. I think I saw the ending of Meiko Satomura versus Kaylee Ray. I know for sure that's a match worth checking out. Um, and we also had some other. It looked like some other really great match and new NXT UK Tag Team Champions, Pretty Deadly, which is the best tag team name ever. I have to mention that every single time they come up. So there you go. That's kind of off the top of my head what I can remember what's going on in NXT right now, and NXT UK, of course. Um, Kaylee Ray did successfully defend her championship. Also, Walter appeared over here in the United States on NXT. Um, looks like he's going to be fighting Ciampa, perhaps. And will he put the title on the line? How crazy would that be if Ciampa is becomes the UK champion? But for two nights of Takeover, the first night on USA and the second night on the network, that's going to be pretty cool. So I might have to resubscribe to Sling just for a month so that so I can watch night one in full. So anyway, let's go through the matches for tonight on Fastlane. So we have Riddle, the United States champion, taking on Mustafa Ali, with the rest of what's they're called? What are they called? They're not called Retribution. So Riddle was successful in defending his championship this past Monday. For some reason, they're getting Mustafa is getting another chance at this. So we'll see what happens. I think Riddle will probably win. We have Shinsuke Nakamura versus Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins will win, or there will be some type of some tricky business. Oh man, I hope it is a singles match at WrestleMania, Seth Rollins versus Cesaro. If it ends up being a tag team match, I'd be kind of annoyed, but also that wouldn't be so bad that we get a great match with Shinsuke and Cesaro at WrestleMania. I guess we'll see. Because it just occurred to me that Murphy could get involved, and that this leads to Seth and Murphy versus Shinsuke and Cesaro. But I really hope at WrestleMania it is a singles match. And if nothing else, Shinsuke, he's got to be doing something cool too. I don't know. We have an intergender match. Alexa Bliss versus Randy Orton. Alexa said, if you want me out of your life, then you have to take me out of it. And Randy accepted that challenge this past week. I have no idea. I'm excited for this match. I think this is the match I'm looking forward to the most tonight. Because I have no idea what it's going to be like. This is the match that I was hoping we were going to see many weeks ago. And now we have it here at Fastlane. Obviously, it's going to set up Randy versus The Fiend at WrestleMania somehow. But I'm looking forward to however that happens. So yeah, Alexa Bliss probably wins. I'd have to guess. I don't know. We'll see. Then we have Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus in a no holds barred match. Man, this is just going to be bonkers. This match, they're going to just destroy each other. I would say Drew McIntyre probably wins because he's set to face Bobby Lashley for the championship at WrestleMania. So it's like, isn't that kind of a spoiler for him to have a match against somebody now? But of course, if Sheamus wins, that could be a reason to add him to that match, make it a triple threat. And as far as all WrestleMania in general goes, I'll do a preview episode for that, of course, as we get closer. We still have a couple more weeks of build up to it coming out of Fastlane. But the main thing that I'm hoping for is that we get a ladder match. From somebody, maybe it's a fatal 4-way tag team ladder match for SmackDown Championship. That would be pretty awesome. Because they've been building up towards that with the Dirty Dogs, who have defended like once in the last 3 months, and then Alpha Academy, Otis and Chad Gable, and then Street Profits, of course, and then the other team that's in the mix, who's the Ray and Dominic. So that could be an amazing multi-team ladder match with all of them in there. So we'll see what happens with that. The New Day, they regained their championships from the Hurt Business. Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin this past week. Was it this past week or was it the week before? I can't remember. I think it was just this past Monday. But that's awesome for them. But I really feel like MVP totally bailed on these guys. He didn't even mention them in the promos later. He's like totally focused on Bobby Lashley. And if I were Cedric and Shelton, I'd be pretty annoyed with MVP. Maybe not so much annoyed with Bobby Lashley. You can't blame him for not caring about anybody else. He's the champion. But MVP is supposed to be these guys' leader. And he didn't even mention them that night. They didn't go out with them. It was just Cedric and Shelton on their own going out there. They didn't appear backstage together or anything like that. So I'm pretty annoyed on their behalf that MVP is not supporting them as he has in the past. And I think that might be that's not to say I'm not happy for I'm very happy for the New Day, of course. But I don't think Cedric and Shelton would have lost if their leader had just totally bailed on them. So anyway, speaking of New Day, Big E, the Intercontinental Champion, will be facing off against Apollo Crews. This is like the third time Apollo is getting a chance to do this. Big E is going to destroy him. Totally. I would be very, 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 very surprised if Apollo wins this match. Big E is mad at Apollo just being so annoying about challenging for this title. And this past week, he even said, "Hey, come challenge me." Not this past week, last week. And Apollo didn't come out. Instead, Baron Corbin. Oh my gosh, I have to talk about this because this is really funny on this Friday. But when Big E issued an open challenge, Baron Corbin comes out and he's being way too verbose about his accepting the challenge because Sami Zayn has the opportunity. He just slips his way in there. Okay, I challenge. And Corbin's like, what? What are you doing? So Sami gets destroyed pretty quick there, all of that. And that led to this week, the least anticipated match in SmackDown history, Sami Zayn versus King Corbin. Like that promo before the commercial break, before the match, was so funny. I did not see that coming at all, and that was one of my favorite things of the last few weeks was that video package hyping up how not hype this match was. Unfortunately, there will be a winner, but luckily there will be a loser. So good. I still need to watch Talking Smack from yesterday. But I'm sure I didn't miss anything super important. I'll get to something that I know Sasha was on there, so I'm sure that will be important. But then we had Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan for the Universal Championship, with Edge as the special guest enforcer. I think that he's going to get involved. That's what a special guest enforcer does. But I don't think it will be in Daniel Bryan's favor, or at least it won't cause him to win the championship. But yeah, on the Wikipedia page it says with Paul Heyman and Jey Uso. So if Jey is going to be out there, then what they had this okay, so they had the match to see which one of them, Jay or Edge, would be the special enforcer. Um, but yeah, I guess we'll see. I mean, it is just Wikipedia. It's just the assumption that the people who are usually out there with Roman will be out there. I think it's gonna be a great match, and Daniel Bryan promises Roman that he's going to tap him out, and that would be pretty, pretty awesome. He almost pulled it off after having been in the Elimination Chamber, so having him go in there fresh, I think it could happen. Probably not going to happen. The only title change that I think will happen or might happen. There's only 3 championship matches anyway. No, there's 4. Um, is this last match. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, the WWE women's tag team champions. That's what they're called. Yeah. Versus Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. They just keep messing each other up, Sasha and Bianca. But Nia and Shayna, lots of friction between them this week. Plus, Reginald wasn't there this past week. I think that has something to do with contact tracing protocols and all that, since he's at the Performance Center a lot, it would seem. So I think that's why he wasn't on TV this week with them, as he has been for the last several months. It feels like Reginald has been around for a long time. But yeah, Nia or Shayna accidentally kicked Nia in the face during when she was trying to help during Shayna versus Sasha. No. It was Nia versus Sasha. It was a championship match. Shayna tried to help, but ended up kicking Nia in the face. And then Shayna was like, okay, well, I guess I'll make it up to you by beating up Bianca, get a match with her. And then that didn't go. Nia totally bailed on her. Sasha had already bailed. She made her entrance and then didn't even come down the ramp. She just said, all right, you got this, bye. And I don't remember who won those matches this past Friday. But yeah, there's friction on both of the teams, which is kind of, in a way, it's a little bit annoying for all of the other tag teams that get along, especially like Dana Brooke and Mandy, who've been working together really well. And Tamina and Natalia. Oh, that's right. It was a disqualification because Tamina and Natalia just came out and destroyed both of them. Yeah, if I was Tamina and or Natalia, if I was both of them, I would totally be annoyed that this championship match is between 2 super dysfunctional tag teams right now. Sasha and Bianca aren't even a tag team, but I could definitely see them winning there. But also let's not have any double champions going into WrestleMania this time around. Maybe and not have them coming out of them. There's plenty of people to have different matches for different championships. I don't think we need to have any double champions this year. But I guess we'll see what happens with all of that. So my prediction is, because of that, originally I was thinking Sasha and Bianca would win. I think that Nia and Shayna will still be champions. So that we do not have a double champion situation at all. Those are all the matches that have been announced for tonight. If I had to guess, the kickoff show would either have Shinsuke versus Seth or Riddle versus Ali. Well, we'll see what happens with that. Maybe they'll add another match on the kickoff. But there's 7 matches, 1 on the kickoff show and 6 on the rest of the show. That's pretty good. That's pretty solid. It's a very SmackDown Have you know? No, it isn't. Yeah, it is kind of. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3. You know what? It's half and half. It is half and half. We have 3 matches that are all SmackDown. We have 3 matches that are all Raw, and then the women's tag match is one team is from Raw, one team is from SmackDown. So it is evenly split. I was thinking it's very strongly leans towards SmackDown, but that's really just because Nia and Shayna have been appearing on SmackDown to be a problem to Sasha and Bianca. So there we go. I'm excited. I'm excited. It's going to be fun. I am going to be in Thunderdome. Excited for that. This will be my 26th Thunderdome of 2021. I've been in every single one except for I don't even remember what it's called now. They had the special for WWE India. So that's the only Thunderdome, the only live Thunder, and that was a pre-taped thing. So I kind of don't even count that anyway. Even if it was possible to get into it. But I this last week I was on the same screen for Raw and SmackDown, so that was pretty awesome. It would be crazy if I'm on the exact same screen again today. We'll see what happens, but I'm Thunderdome has been so fun. There've been some really great shots from the still photographers, especially. There have been some really cool ones, where the most notable being at the end of the main event. We had Roman. He came out and speared. No, what happened? What happened? It was no, Edge came out and speared Roman. No, Edge spear. What? Who did what now? The picture. Okay, Edge got speared by Roman. That's what happened first. But then, no. That's not what happened first. Edge speared Roman. Yeah, Edge speared Roman. Then Roman speared Daniel Bryan, or it might have happened in reverse. I don't know. Anyway, the picture that is great that I mean both of the still photos of there, but the really good one is Daniel getting speared, and it's he's just like and I'm booing, big double thumbs down. That's pretty awesome. Anyway, man, that was really lost the steam with that sidetrack. But yeah, I'll be back either later tonight after the show or tomorrow. I'll be doing a results episode, so stay tuned for that. And then the next episode after that probably won't be until actually I'll be doing the the takeovers. So I'll do a takeover preview and then a takeover results, which will also serve as the WrestleMania preview. So I'll do 3 episodes WrestleMania week, basically, I think. So yeah, let me know what you thought about this. What were your favorite parts of all the shows these past few weeks? What do you think is going to happen at Fastlane? Let me know by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe, healthy, and happy out there in all the infinite multiverses. And I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.